they just don't care about you being there. They want their job done and their home clean. And so that's another reason why doing multiple services doesn't really make sense for most people. It's way harder to get the review. You can, I mean, there's some people that I'm thinking about right now that do multiple services in a really high level way, and they love it. They make a bunch of money, but they have a very, very complex process. They have all the right staff, they have the right crews for the right services. It's really, really high level stuff.
Um, One of the issues that we've seen with it's not an issue per se, it's just a challenge when it comes to offering a lot of services. I just want to get your thoughts on it. Is um, ProLine users that have a lot of services are often struggling with the quoting side because it is so much work to set up even one quote for one service, and then they'll have, if they have 5, 10 services. Um, I mean, is there any shortcuts, possible shortcuts there? Like if you have another service, and this is kind of redundant, but is if you have another service you want to offer, like the fascia, um,
The fascia
fascia,
board
that
and soffit.
that
Yeah.
word like suddenly like didn't make any sense in my mind. The like, is it ever? Can you take? Is it? Is there any way to take a shortcut on the quoting and just sort of like work the number to keep it simple rather than having to have a whole quoting section just for that? I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. I
You
kind
ever
of knew
take
that.
short?
I
Do you
knew
ever
where you're
have?
going with this. I knew where you're going with this based on just like some of our new customers and helping them understand the complexity of why it's important. I just made a video that we'll post later on like protecting your profit margin. And one of the things was make sure your measurements are super, super accurate and make sure that your quoting system, whatever it is, if it's pen and paper, I don't care what it is, it's incredibly accurate. That's how you protect your profit. And people don't realize that you can't just choose something how you feel. Oh, I think it's this price per square. No, you can't do that. This is why you don't make money. If you do that, this is why you don't make any money. Well, I know it's roughly this, and I've done that for years. I am not a detailed person. I do not like details. I do not like that's why I have a team that helps me stay focused on the details. That's how you protect your profit the most. That's how you make the most profit because you also give your sales staff confidence to understand this is why this costs this much money because of all these details that goes into it. So when you're writing the
Exactly.
estimate, you're going through all these details to make sure that the job's priced correctly. Ironically, I just made a video for my team about our new proposal through Proline, and I rewatched the video and I made two mistakes. That just shows you like they're small mistakes. Here what the mistakes were. I didn't remove an item, which would, and we needed to replace it with something else. I didn't also add other ventilation in there that we didn't have enough surface area for. So not only are we gonna, and then I sent the quote. I already sent the quote in real life on the on the actual video. You have to be detail oriented. Those like $200 deals, those $50 deals, they add up. If you're doing $100 difference on 100 roofs, it's $10,000 of profit.
That you
Like,
either lost or gained accidentally.
yeah,
But
it's
you probably
true.
also lost jobs because you overbid if you're on
That's
that end of
correct.
things. Yeah.
That's right.
So
So to
there's
answer your
no short. You're
question,
saying there's no shortcut. You have to
I don't
just
think
be
so.
detail oriented.
I don't think so. I don't think there's a shortcut. I think whether you're writing on pen and paper or using some fancy software, you need to be detail oriented on every service that you offer. There are some like slight advantages to doing multiple because you'll have like if you order Eagle View, you can order walls while you're already there. So the process is in place to order roof and walls. So then you can do siding estimate kind of quickly. But you still have to go through the process of writing the siding estimate. It's completely different than roofing. So I don't know. Some people have a really efficient way to do it. I think you need to be more detail oriented. We all do to maintain our profit.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So let's kind of go back and review. Um, there are some. Can we agree that there are some advantages, some pros to offering a lot of different services? Like, there's obviously cons, but like, can we agree there's some pros? So like, if you're offering a lot of different services, it might be you might be able to close some jobs that your competitors can't close because homeowners want it all from one person, right?
Yep.
And you might be able to might be able to increase your average ticket value per customer, right? So those are
I think that
pros.
you can create your. I think that that's somewhat true
Okay, so
because
that,
you're devaluing each one of the services.
by trying to bundle it.
Yes.
Okay,
I think you're again, we talk about revenue versus profit.
so
Yes, there's certain homeowners that want that. I don't see it as an actual pro to sell a job to a customer who wants you to do multiple services. This is why. Because they expect you to commoditize each one of those services. So
mm,
as opposed to specialize in roofing and specialize in painting and specialize in siding and specialize in windows, they're in that type of customer intentionally is looking for somebody who is just jack of all trades, whether or not you have a great brand and great website or whatever. They expect you to say, well, while you're here, can you take 10% off the siding? And while you're here, can you take 10% off the windows? It doesn't work
mhm.
like that. It doesn't, they're different crews, different material, everything. This is why it doesn't make sense in my mind. It doesn't actually, you don't actually make any more money. Your ticket is larger, but you're not making any more profit.
So in many cases, you would say that you're not going to sell the good customers because the good customers want the specialists in each area because they actually value getting the job done right. And then also the people that are not wanting the specialist, they want the jack of all trades. Those people are also the cheaper customers. So you're probably going to have to work them discounts. They're in their mind, they're going to be like, oh, you're doing 5 things for me. I want a discount on each one of them.
Yep.
So those two things, so those can be advantages, those pros of like closing more jobs and having a higher ticket value, but it's also possible that they completely just get offset by the fact that you're getting a different type of customer that is looking for a deal, and you're losing